If you're looking to work on some hip strength and a little balance work, then I've got a flow that might just work for you. Dr. Marcia here of Move with Marcia, your friendly neighborhood physical therapist, certified yoga teacher, and author of Movement for Everybody. So this will be a totally standing situation. So make sure you got some nice clear space and area to move around a bit. You might want to have something to hold on to if you know balance is like not totally amazing. You can either do barefoot, which will be harder, or you can go ahead and put shoes on. Up to you. You choose that level of support that you need. And then have a band if you want to add some intensity. So the band can be a small loop band like this, or it can be the long ones if you could tie it into a circle. We're going to place it optionally. Maybe we place it around the foot at some point, so that's why it needs to be tied up, yeah? So put that off to the side for right now. Don't need her. Let's go ahead and just loosen up, warm up, make sure we're landed in our bodies, and then we'll get to the meat of it, okay? So let's just start with 3 breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more. 1 more. Nice. Let's get into the shoulders with some circles. Let's do 3 to the back. Maybe your arms move around, maybe they don't. Let's do 3 to the front. Big obnoxious circles. Let's go ahead and take a wide berth, widen your stance. Let's get our SpongeBob on. Let's swing it around town. Swing the hips around. The legs are mostly straight, little micro bend in the knee, but we're not in a squat. Switch directions. Sensational. Come back to the middle. Let's work on some pelvic tilts. And I'll show you from the side. So we are going to pretend that our pelvis is a bucket. I want you to pour that water forward, pour that water out backwards. You might want to have a bend in your knee. For example, the backwards, that's pulling on the hip flexors. I'm kind of tight there, so I'm going to put a bend in my knee so I can get more movement. So pour the water out to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back. 1 more, to the front, to the back. Sensational. All right. Next, let's work on some hip circles. So you have a couple of options. If you have the chair with you, you can hold on to the chair. That's the first option, yeah, in general. So we can do baby circles with a leg straight, or we can do big circles, pulling the leg all the way up with the leg bent. If that seems like too much, but you want something, you can use the chair instead. Come up and come down. You could swing around to the chair or just go straight to it, okay? Those are your options. So let's go ahead and get started. Pick a direction. Maybe you start with the backwards first. If you're swinging all the way around, do your thing. And we'll do 3, 2, and 1. If you were doing the big swings in the air, go ahead and switch directions. If you're doing your straight leg little swings, switch directions. If you're doing the lift to the chair, your direction won't really change. Okay, 3 more. And let's do 3, 2, and 1. Whenever you're finished, come back to center. We'll do the other side. So again, we could go straight leg, whatever level of circle feels good, bent leg, big circles, or use the chair to kind of do a semicircle with a break. Alrighty, let's get to it. Pick your direction. If you're doing the big circles, doesn't matter because we're going both ways. For 3, for 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and switch directions if you're doing the big circles. If you're going to the chair, Just 3 more to the chair. One more time. And then wherever you are, come back down. Let's get into the feet a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and just lift all 5 toes up. If you have 5 toes, whatever amount of toes you have, who cares? Lift them up, put them down. Lift them up, put them down, lift them up, put them down. Nice. Now we're gonna lift one whole foot up, one at a time, for 3, for 2, for 1. Switch your weight over to the right. Now the left. Whole foot up for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do calf raises, both at the same time. Hold on if you need to. Up on the toes for 3. Try not to wobble and weeble. Stay in one spot for 2, and 1. Nice. You can roll out the ankles. Get your wiggles out. Anything you feel like you need. Take a breath, unclench your jaw, relax the shoulders, yeah. Hopefully the hips feel warmed up and the feet and ankle feels a little warmed up. We need that for the balance part of things, yeah. Okay, so like I said, we need bands if you want to add intensity, but we're going to do the first round of everything without the added resistance. Make sure we're feeling what we need to feel. And then we'll have the option on the second round, okay? So the first move we're gonna do is some standing hip flexion, kind of single leg march, whatever you wanna call it. So key details, we're gonna do the right leg first. So we'll shift our weight over to the left. We're gonna grip the ground with all of our toes, push into the foot, have a micro bend. The pelvic tilts are coming back here, as I want you to try to find something in the middle. Not too much forward, not too much backwards. A little in the middle. That requires some engagement of your core and awareness. If you've never worked on it, it's not easy. That's okay. All right, so that's the setup. That's how we start. And then we're going to pull our knee up as high as we can and drop it down. We'll do 5. If balance is not your strong suit, hold on to that chair, or maybe you're using a wall. Doesn't matter. Alrighty, so let's lock and load. Big breath. We're doing it nice and controlled with a little pause at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2 more, and last one. Nice. We'll shift to the right. Same thing. Squeeze that ground, a little bend in the knee. Get a nice locked and loaded, engaged core, neutral-ish pelvis. And we're gonna lift the left. Let's take it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I didn't mention it. If you can, when we're doing that marching, have an active foot. Pull it up. That's the muscle we warmed up earlier. If that's too much, don't worry about it. Let your foot be relaxed, okay? So think about how that felt. Was that easy? Was that medium? Was that hard? If it was medium or hard, well, if it was medium, try it without the band. If it was hard, up to you whether you want to try another round. If it was easy, grab the band, okay? So we're gonna step on the band. It's gonna loop around both feet. We'll step on it on the left, lift up the right for 5. If you have to hold on for balance, that's okay. If you're working on your balance, if you can and you're a little wobbly, that's fine. Do it without holding on. But if you are like all over the place, hold on, please. Thank you. All right, let's do 5. Breathe in, engage core, micro bend in the knee, foot is active, and we're lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides, breathe, lock and load. Let's do it for 5, 4. I don't think I'm getting as high as this side. 3, I'm gonna have to watch this video back. 2, 1. Nicely done. Get your wiggles out. Okay, so we're going to build on this hip flexion situation here. Optional, as always. You could skip it. You could just do what we just did, or you could try this. Yeah? This one, we're going to do the same thing where we try the first round, no band, and then second round, maybe a band. So we're going to do the same hip flexion, single leg march. But when we get up, we're going to hold it up, and we're going to see if we could externally, outwardly rotate at the hip so that the foot kind of comes at an arc. That's the idea, okay? So let's take a breath. Lock and load, micro bend, left foot is active, right knee up, and pull the heel that way, reset. You can drop the leg down if you need to, or we could go all the way through. Reset. Pull, like someone's pulling your leg that way, reset, 2 more, pull, and reset. Then lower the leg. My external rotation, my hip rotation is absolute trash, basura. So you might actually look better than me, okay? So don't look at like how high my foot is going and where my body goes as your measure for where your body should go. We don't have the same body, so that's not a good idea. All right, right side, shift the weight over, get ready for the left to come up, breathe in, exhale, lift, and then pull that foot across your body for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Okay, time to assess the situation. If that was easy, then you're going to step on the band in the same way, and then that'll give you some resistance for going in. I will demonstrate, but I'm not going to do it because it's too much for me. But that's how that would look. Same vibes. You can repeat it, body weight. You can skip it, up to you. Alrighty, so we're going to get ready to lift the right leg, shift to the left, gauge the core, micro bend, foot is active, breathing in and out. Let's lift her up, pull that foot across for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower it down with control. And I also forgot to mention, if you're feeling very wobbly, with or without holding on, try to find one thing to look at that's like straight ahead or maybe a little bit down. You don't want to look down because that'll throw you off. You don't want to look up, that'll throw you off. Your head is heavy. So straight ahead or maybe a little like 45-degree down is fine. All right, switch sides, breathing in and out, lock and load the core, micro bend in the knee, active right foot, left is up. And we're pulling that heel across for 5, 4, dropping the leg down in between if you need to. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down with control. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, the next thing we're gonna work on is some hip abduction. So the foot placement with the band will be the same, but instead of going up, we're gonna go out. So you could optionally have a little more bend. So you can have a little more squat. Keep in mind, I want your butt to go back, like you're sitting in a chair. So you could have a little more bend, or you could be more upright, and then you're gonna kind of tap out to the side, or optional, lift to the side. So if you're doing the lift to the side, one leg is bent, one leg stays kind of straight, and you can lift. That's not my strong suit. I'm gonna tap and return. That's the option I'm gonna pick. Okay, so let's do it. I'm already here. Let's do it. Right leg is the standing supporting leg. Left leg is going to go out. No band. Hold on if you need to. Make sure you lock and load at that core. And we're going to tap or kick out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, then we'll switch sides. I like to put my hand here because that's how I can tell, my core is engaged. You could also do hand on the pelvis, or maybe you don't do anything at all. That's fine too. Shift the weight to the left, micro bend or big bend, up to you. And we're tapping or lifting to the side for 5, 4, 3, I just told you not to look down, and what am I doing? 2, and 1. Come on up, assess the situation. You want to do a second set? You want to add a band? Up to you. Let me move this a little bit out of my way. All right, so get your wiggles out. We are back. If you're joining me for a second round, to the right leg, again, we could have micro bend or a bigger bend, and we're either tapping or we're going straight out. Okay, so let's go for it. Big breath, lock and load, and out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift your weight over to the left, and let's just go for it, yeah? Right leg out to the side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, get rid of the band. Excuse me. Get your wiggles out. Nicely done. Alrighty. Let's just go ahead and close out with some stretches. So we won't be getting on the floor or anything. Remember, this is a totally standing practice. We're going to grab that chair and let's work on some external rotation. Before we do that, if you do happen to be really warm or out of breath, let's take 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. 1 more. Maybe repeat the shoulder circles with big swooping arms or not. Backwards for 3, 2, 1. Switch directions, shoulder circles, maybe arm circles, up to you. 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. All right, we're going to use the chair to loosen up those rotator muscles. So basically, you're going to put your foot up on the chair, slide it across, let your knee fall out, yeah? So that might be enough for most people. Most people's me. If you need more, then get a pillow, get a block, get anything that you have nearby that can lift the height. Maybe even the top of the chair if you could swing it. It's a little awkward. It's a little uncomfortable. But if you could swing that, you could do it like that or build up the chair. Whatever you choose, make sure you can hold it because we're holding it. We're going to give it about 30 seconds. About 10 more seconds. when you're ready, go ahead and bring that left leg back to meet the ground. Take your time. Maybe shake it out a second first. I'm going to switch this around because my left side was the worst side. So if I made it up there, the righty can make it up there for sure. Alrighty, so you start on the chair. Maybe you go out. Maybe you move the foot across. Maybe you get something to come a little higher. Or maybe you're even on the back of the chair. If you could swing it, go for it. We'll hang it out for about 30 seconds. You should be able to breathe fully. If you find it a struggle to breathe, you might be in a stretch that is a little too intense. Relax. About 10 more seconds. I think my hips were weird on that one. That didn't feel quite right. Anywho, alrighty, let's bring that right leg back down. Let's take about 10 seconds to do whatever last minute move your body is asking for. Maybe you want to lean forward. Maybe you want to hit a quick stretch. Maybe a side stretch. Maybe you just want to roll out an ankle or two. Whatever feels good that your body is asking for, go ahead and give it. And then that's it. We are done. You just worked on some nice hip mobility and a little balance work. Way to go. If you like what we worked on, hit that thumbs up so I know. If there's anything you're working on, anything you'd like to share, that's what the comment section is for. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Toodles.